Morning, folks. Today's shave is going to be Stirling's Black Pepper Lime. This one here is in a 3-ounce container, and that's what it looks like there on the inside. Per my nose, the lime takes the front seat and the black pepper takes the back seat. Per my nose. Now your nose might be different. You might pick up the black pepper first, but for me it's the lime. I like the lime scent. And I'm going to be following up today shade with the Van Yulay's aftershave. This one here is the black tea and amber. Thought this might be a good matchup here. Shaver of the day. This one here, if you're looking for one of these, you're going to have to probably look at the buy sell trade, because this is above the tie. This is a single edge shaver. It takes the Feather Artist Club style blades. Get my fingers out of the way, you can see what it looks like there on the other side there. And yes, it is open comb. And at the bottom there it says above the tie SE2. And I have the SE1 also. Now when I bought this one here came with the bamboo handle. I just prefer the Windsor handle. This one here, to me, the shave just feels much better this way. The blade that I'm using though is a Kai Titan mild pink. Yeah, you kind of see that, that the box may look like this, but when you open the container, the dispenser might look like this. In other words, you don't see the pink being labeled on there. The best I can tell, I can't tell the difference in between one or the other. In other words, you get the older one that maybe you got labeled pink, and this one here doesn't have the label pink, even though the box is labeled one way and the dispenser's labeled another. As far as I can tell, it's all the same. I can't tell the difference in between them. And they very much probably could be the same blade. It's just that they're just changing their labeling for whatever the reason is. Got it whipped up here, this lather. It's in a wooden bowl. This one here, and when I bought this, I think it was considered a medium size, which it seems to be kind of small for me. But this one here is a Vulfix Badger. Think it's a 22 millimeter maybe. I can't remember. It might be 20. It's a small one in comparison to most of what you see nowadays. But yeah, this scent is, I say, my nose picks up the lime, and just right after that I pick up the black pepper. And for me, it's a great scent for my nose. Go ahead and get started. I already put a hot towel to the face this morning. That's my routine, is put a hot towel to the face for my needs, I guess you might say, to help with the preparing my skin and whatnot. It does make a difference when I do and I don't use a hot towel, especially with these whiskers that are kind of tough. And going to be using, once again, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. This is the glow tube here. It's, like I say, when it comes to the tubes, it's kind of hit miss finding like clown fruit or anything else of the sort in a tube. There's a standard, there's one that's bamboo and one that's mentholated. I think he's still out of stock on the mentholated. But for me, I find this pre-shave soap works quite well for me. You could, once again, I can tell the difference when I don't use it. There is a difference. And it might have a lot to do with, I'm getting older and my skin and getting older, as you can probably tell. There's a few more, how can you say, blemishes here and there. So sometimes throughout a shave, if you end up with a nick or something like that, it might be more because of a blemish, something that you don't really see, but the blade will find it. It will show you that it's there. And sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to bleed, but when you use an alum block or something like that, that's maybe even got alcohol in the aftershave, you might feel a little bit of stinging. That might be the case, is that it found a blemish, a bump that was trying to come up and the blade found it. Also depends if you're a head shaver too. I know my head has all kinds of stuff on it, so I do not do that. Otherwise it would be a mess. Black pepper, it's coming out, the black pepper is now. This particular scent, I don't know how often Stirling comes out with it. It's not available at the moment, I can tell you that much. I don't know if it's a seasonal thing or was it just a one-time thing. Really don't know the story behind the black pepper lime. But I can tell you this shaver with this handle, very efficient, like awesome. Uh, I find the weight of the handle makes a difference in the shave difference. It's very efficient. Well, I should say I have 2 days worth of growth. For me, these are very smooth, comfortable shaves, but you really have to pay attention to the pressure. I have seen a few shaves in the past on video. Especially with the one with the safety bar, the SE1, ending up with a few weepers, and that may have more to do with just the condition of the skin, being very sensitive to this sort of kind of shave. I find, oddly enough, I find the shave with the open comb a bit smoother, more comfortable than I do with the safety bar, which is, typically it's the other way around. The safety bar is usually the milder one. The open comb, it's a little bit more aggressive, but in my case, it's like, nope. I would think the open comb works better for me as it goes for smoothness. Both of them are pretty nice. It's going to be difficult to find those though. Buy, sell, trade. I look from time to time just to see what's available, and I notice that I don't find them available that often, which might speak to either people are quite happy with what they got, or there's just not that many out there to be had. Yeah, but I kind of think that most people have probably, once they got this, they've already went through the cycle, I guess you might say, the buy, sell, trade, and either got rid of something they no longer felt the need to hang on to, or they're quite happy with them. But for me, I guess you might say, because of the number of razors I've got through above the tie, the handles, swapping them out, checking them out, see if it makes a difference in the shave, if you like one better than the other. It's kind of one of those things I do from time to time. I have I had an extra head for an R41, and I matched it up with a Windsor handle, and awesome shave. I mean, it does make a difference in weight, in the way that it shaves. That R41 with that Windsor handle, quite nice shave. That's, for me, razors that got weight behind them, to me, just seem like they work better for me. I don't think I have to pay near as much attention as I do with the lightweight one. Some other folks are the other way around. Very efficient. By the time I get done with the shave, face is so smooth. As goes for how long these blades last for you, it varies. Just like a double-edged safety razor blade, it varies. It just depends on the beard type, skin. What do you do with the blade after the shave? Do you just rinse it off real quick and lay it up there? Do you use it the next day? Does it sit there for several days? All those are factors on how long a blade lasts. And if you let it set for a moment, do you put any oil on it? Help protect it from corroding? Yeah, there's a whole number of things to take in consideration on how long a blade will last you. I know that when I first started using these blades, they weren't the easiest to find, and now they're much more easier to find. It's pretty cool that they've grown in popularity, I guess you might say. All right, alum block. What's left of this one here? It's still got a lot of life. If I don't drop it, it's got several more months. It wouldn't surprise me didn't get close to the end of the year before I end up replacing it because it just gets too small to use. Just such a nice thick shave this morning. Still using, you can tell a little bit's missing out of it, mentholated here. If you didn't see the video, I got some frost drops from Stirling, and it comes in a 1 ounce container. And I put about a half an ounce in this one here. This container's 16 ounces of witch hazel. And it's just a perfect balance, not too much, not enough. It's just perfect for me, not over the top. If you ever used any of Stirling's glacial stuff, sometimes after I use it, definitely want to wash your hands, and my hands even tell me I need to wash my hands when I use some of that stuff, just to give you a clue on that there's a big difference. My hands right now, I don't feel the effects of the menthol, but the glacial formulas, I definitely feel that I definitely have to wash my hands. Otherwise, yeah, it's, for me, it just irritates my skin. And believe it or not, in between the fingers, the rest of the skin's fine. This particular kind of aftershave, if you're unfamiliar with Yulay, this one is the kind that you'll need to give it a good shake before you apply it. It is not alcohol based. It's, if I remember right, it's witch hazel based. And yeah, witch hazel in that fine print. But this aftershave is, I like it. For me, whether it's alcohol based or witch hazel based, it doesn't make a difference one way or another to me. Really don't have a preference. They both seem to work quite well for me. I think the amber is a nice touch for the black tea. I can definitely feel the amber, smell it too. It's a great scent. I had a great shave today. Hope everybody's doing well on this Friday. Nice weekend coming up. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.